technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Issue on how tariffs were imposed by US on India in an attempt to ensure that there's differences that they can create between India and Russia, pressurize Russia to stop the war in Ukraine. Mohit, stay on with this. Let's talk about the changing dynamics of the India-US relationship. America, it seems, has not learned to separate friendship from arm twisting. Even as Washington speaks the language of partnership with India, it also parallelly is pushing both the EU and the G7 to punish New Delhi with crippling tariffs. So is America playing good cop, bad cop, praising India in public, pressurizing India through other channels? Let's take a look at what's transpiring. So in the latest, US officials are reaching out to India. Sergio Gore, Trump's envoy designate to India, told the Senate that the two countries are not that far apart on resolving tariff tensions and that a deal could be wrapped up within weeks. He also said that America's priority right now is to ensure India is pulled away from China.
Look, India is very concerned. I mean, they've openly spoken about this, as I think it was Senator Haggerty who pointed out just 5 years ago, they were in open conflict. And so while we might have our moment of hiccups right now, we are on the track of resolving that. Our relationship with the Indian government, with the people of India, extends many more decades, and it's a much warmer relationship than they have with the Chinese. Frankly, they are concerned by Chinese expansionism. And Chinese expansionism is not just on the border of India, it's all over the area. And so we share a lot in common, and we share a lot of the same concerns that other nations in the region do. So should I be confirmed, we will make that a top priority, that India is pulled into our side and away from them. We fully intend in these trade talks that are ongoing right now to open the markets to crude oil, petroleum products, liquefied natural gas. You're talking about a population of 1.4 billion individuals there. Their middle class, by our definition, is larger than the entire United States of America. And so we have countless possibilities to expand into those markets, and we fully intend to do that.
Well, first we saw Donald Trump talk about punishing India. Then after the SCO summit, we saw Donald Trump extending an olive branch, and it was reciprocated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In this high-stakes negotiation, as both India and US navigate shared interests and sharp disagreements, let's unpack how the good cop, bad cop dynamic is shaping the course of the India-US trade truce. As far as being a good cop is concerned, look at the statements coming in from Mr. Gore, US Ambassador to India, says must pull India away from China. And at the same time, you have, America urging G7 to impose high tariffs on India. Let's take a look at more examples. So Mr. Gore continues to say that Trump, Modi have incredible ties. He talks about the unique relationship between both leaders, and on the other hand calls for tariffs between 50% and 100% on India. He says not that far apart on deal on tariffs. We're very close as far as trade deal is concerned. That's what Mr. Gore said. And on the other hand, you have America pushing EU to hit India with a 100%, I beg your pardon, 100% tariff. So on one hand, it talks about a great relationship with India, about pulling India away from China, about a unique relationship between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But on the other hand, resorts to such tactics, asks EU, asks G7 to impose fine on India, to punish India. Now, Mr. Gore's statement that US and India are not that far apart signals real progress in tariff negotiations on India's side. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has expressed confidence that the first tranche of a larger trade deal could be finalized as early as November. A clear sign that New Delhi is keen to leverage the diplomatic overtures while safeguarding its economic sovereignty.
फरवरी 2025 में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी और राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप जी ने मिलकर हमें निर्देश दिया था कि दोनों पक्ष के मंत्री फॉल 2025 यानी नवंबर 2025 तक एक अच्छा करार करें। उस करार का पहला अंश, फर्स्ट ट्रैंच, नवंबर 2025 तक फाइनल करें और लगभग मार्च से इस विषय पर बड़ी गंभीरता से, बड़े अच्छे वातावरण में बातचीत चल रही है, प्रगति हो रही है और प्रगति से दोनों देश संतुष्ट हैं।
So let's take a look at how the trade talks are back on track. Now, one thing is for sure that the growing closeness between India and China, if not rattled, has definitely impacted America. Let's take a look at where we are in terms of the relationship between India and America. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said India-US are close friends and natural partners. Donald Trump said India-US trade negotiations are underway. So are we looking at a reset in ties between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Donald Trump that will ultimately, of course, impact the diplomatic relationship between both the countries and the trade talks as well? Let's take a look at other developments that have taken place as far as the trade talks are concerned. Now, the Prime Minister also spoke about confidence in trade negotiations and our potential. Donald Trump says, looking forward to speaking with my good friend. He meant Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Prime Minister reciprocated. He said, yes, looking forward to speaking with President Trump. Donald Trump said no difficulty in coming to successful conclusion. Both leaders hinting at a deal being finalized, negotiations being finalized between both the countries in terms of trade talks. So this is how the relationship at the moment is evolving, and efforts are being put in by both sides, by both India and US, to ensure that this unique relationship stays. We're moving on now and shifting our focus to a disturbing